Hello, my name is Alice. We can see trees everywhere we go. People plant trees because they benefit us. Many people know that trees are good for us. In this writing, I'll explain about trees' benefits. Trees clean the air. Many people know about this, but did you know how do they clean the air? They do photosynthesis by mixing carbon dioxide and water. Then they get disassembled. By this process, oxygen is made. Trees make oxygen and clean the air. We need oxygen to breathe. And if there are too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, climate change happens. Climate change is one of the biggest Earth problem nowadays. Then we can say trees help us to stop climate change. Second, trees protect us from landslide and flood. Many people don't know about this. Thus, trees really protect us from natural disasters. Yes, you know that trees absorb waters by their roots. This lowers the percent of getting flood and landslides. If there is too much rain, they absorb water and export them when the rain stops. It's not over. They block the water to decrease the harm of the landslides. In conclusion, trees have many benefits and people plant them. They also protect Earth. I think we should plant more trees and reduce wood. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Ellie. There are about 15,000 trees planted a year, but on the contrary, there are about 20,000 trees that are cut down. According to foreign news, if this situation persists, the Earth may not be able to see trees by about 2050. In the other media, by about the same year 2050, even common trees and plants are now endangered. I'll become 40 years old by 2050. There is not much difference with my parents' age now. Then, did my parents make a fuss all over the world at my age because of environmental pollution, melting glaciers, bad air, and endangered? Not at all. Even in those days, it was illegal to buy a bottled water. Then why is this happening now? The time when my parents grew up and the time when I'm growing up, and 2050. We need to change a lot before 2050, from the environment to the animals. But by comparison, it doesn't seem very alert. So I'm going to talk to you about trees important to us and make it alarm a little bit. First, trees help us develop and vet. Everyone knows that trees provide us with paper, tissues, and others. But you don't really think much deeper than that. Do you know Newton, the genius inventor? One of Newton's most famous reasons is the theory of gravity. He saw an apple fall from a tree and published a new theory called gravity. So without trees, could he have remained a genius inventor? No. Without trees, we wouldn't even see him apple far. This situation reminds me of Benjamin Franklin's famous saying, "Genius without education is silver in a mine." Education here, of course, is like tree. The gravity he discovered is used in modern times beyond Earth and even in space. All of this was possible because of trees. Second, trees also control the temperature of the surface. So if trees disappear, the rule of controlling temperature of the surface, which can cause problems due to rapid temperature changes. If temperature of the surface decreases or rises even a little, it causes a really big problem. If it gets even a degree higher, they said that carbon dioxide is more than needed, reducing the amount of air that humans breathe. Even now, the average temperature of the Earth is increasing day by day. but, but all of the burden is all carried by trees. Trees do not create shade for themselves, and humans don't have the authority to govern life. They have the duty to protect all living things. We have obligation to protect nature for future generations. Tree is also like a living book. It's mysterious, it's clear, it's obvious, which in the book has bad influence. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Ryan. Today I am going to tell you about the effects of trees on us. Then let's start. First, trees clean the air. Trees clean the air by convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. And also, it prevents the global warming. Second is, trees can protect from natural disaster. If landslide occurs, trees can prevent it, because trees roots grab the soil tightly. Third, trees provide a habitat for wildlife. Wildlife can live in trees and hide from exotic animals. And they can live well because trees provide food. In my opinion, while I'm writing this essay, I felt we should plant more trees. And thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Joanne. If you take cover ground, you can see many kinds of trees, like a maple tree, pine tree, and etc. Trees generate oxygen and give the people fresh feeling. So many people plant trees to street or their garden. Because of trees exist, Earth's environment can be clean and maintained. Trees give the people many helps. Now I will tell you trees' good effects. First, trees reduce avalanche damage. Trees roots grab the mountain soil, so the soil clumps together and will be hurt. So if there are many trees, it can be reduced the avalanche damage more quickly. Second, trees provide emission stability. Trees have their unique scent and brush color. So if we go to the mountains or forest, the bluish color and fresh air make people stable. Third, trees change carbon dioxide into oxygen. Our plants the photosynthesis. Of course, trees too. Our plants should the photosynthesis because plants make nutrients by photosynthesis. Trees change carbon dioxide into oxygen in the process of photosynthesis. Trees maintain Earth's environment this way. I think we need to feel grateful to trees. Thanks for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Susie. Do you know Scare's dream song? In that song, everything from scale, like window, desk, book, etc. But in your surround, it has many things made by wood. Trees improve our lives in many ways. You know, trees convert carbon dioxide to oxygen. But I will tell you another topic. I will introduce we get many convenience things to tree. First, we use tree stump to make things. It means we use trees like material. In your house, the bed made by wood. Also, the door made by wood too. But do you know why we use trees to make things? Because tree has pattern and the pattern were beautiful and soft. Also, it gives us to good texture and warm feeling. Second, we eat many fruits growing in the tree. Do you like apples, banana, or grapes? These are growing in the tree. We have to eat fruits because in that fruit it have a lot of vitamin C. Vitamin C is help us to hide up the immunity. Also, it cure the wound. So we have to eat fruits to be healthy. In conclusion, we use tree to make things and eat fruits. If we continue to deforest, later we can't use the tree. I think we should plant more trees because we use many trees. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
My name is Irene. Would you believe that a small tree can change the world? Some people don't care about trees disappeared by people. People think that how only a few trees can change the world. I think the same at first, at least until I didn't know the purpose of trees. Today I'm going to tell you about the effects of trees on us. Do you know about how many trees disappearing during the year? 50 billion trees are disappearing in the world. Even though some of the forests have been cleared, all of the trees are disappearing in about 200 years. Now, let's talk about why we have to plant trees. First, trees absorb carbon dioxide and change it into oxygen. I don't have to tell you about we can't live without oxygen. In other words, trees play a very important role in our survival. If there are any trees in the world, we can't breathe clearly. Therefore, planting trees is same as maintaining your life expectancy. Second, trees can prevent natural disasters. That's because they have tangled roots, so they can prevent various natural disasters like landslide, floodings, and etc. If there are no trees, more natural disasters would occur, and then we will be devastated by natural disasters and destroyed in the near future. So we have to protect trees and grow more forests. As such, trees have a deep connection with humans for a long time. In other words, without trees, an environment that is difficult for people to live will be created. So we have to preserve trees and grow more forests. Let me ask again. Do you think that a small tree can change the world? Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hi, my name is Alex. Do you know how trees influence humans' lives? There are many ways that how trees influence humans' lives. Before I tell you the way, I'll tell you what trees are. Tree is a tall plant with one or more major stems, branches, and spread widely roots. Then I'll tell you the way. Trees help humans a lot economically. First, trees are important source to people. People cut down trees every day, and they used in various ways. Also, they can be used in building materials such as softwood and hardwood. Also, can turn trees into fuel by burning them with fire. Fuel is a material that can obtain light, heat, or power through combustion. Examples of fuels include coal, oil, and gas. Next, trees are used in paper. We all know that trees are used in paper. But paper is precious and important to people. Also, because of the paper, our civilization could develop. In summary, trees are used in building materials, fuel, and paper. Second, trees keep the environment clean. And trees absorb carbon dioxide and convert it into oxygen. This process is called photosynthesis. By doing this, our air is becoming clean and cool. And trees blow landslides and flood. Trees absorb water in the ground and the ground can hold it. By doing this, trees can block landslides and flood. In summary, trees make clean air and block natural disasters. In conclusion, trees help humans a lot in various ways, but people are just destroying trees, so now we have to protect them. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Hannah. I want to talk about trees in the brand today. Do you know anything about benefit that trees give us? Trees purify the atmosphere or provide shade for us, etc. Among them, I will talk about landslide prevention today. Landslide occur because of a rain or flood. If it rains or floods, the soil in the mountain can no longer hold excess water, which cause landslides. In Colombia, about 270 people were died because of landslides this year. Like this, landslides cause many people's deaths. Therefore, trees that prevent landslides are important in our lives. I'll explain details about landslide prevention. First, trees hold soil. As said before, heavy rain or flood cause landslides. Landslides occur because soil can't hold excess water. But there are many trees in mountain. The possibility of landslide is reduced. That's because trees can keep the soil from pouring out. They hold the soil not to be poured out. Second, trees can absorb the water and store it in their body. If landslides occur, as said at last paragraph, trees can keep the soil from pouring out. Remarkably, trees can do one more thing when the mountains are in danger of landslides. Trees can absorb the water and store it in their body. If trees absorb the water, the soil don't have to have excess water anymore, and the water that trees absorb will benefit us at last. In conclusion, trees can prevent the landslides. I think preventing landslides is the most important thing among the tree source. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Jake. Today, many trees will disappear because of people. So we should protect trees. I tell you why we should protect trees. First, trees protect food and dirt. Food make many big things, so trees protect food to observe the natural water. And the trees protect the dirt to get out of water. But there are no tree in the world. I tell you the desert. Desert have less tree, so there are less water too. And they are raining. It makes flood. Second, the trees have animals. Animals live. Some animals do the whole on trees to make us. Other animals avoid from nature enemy and the other is in prey. Woodpeckers build a home on trees to make house. Monkeys climb trees to avoid from nature enemy. Snakes climb a tree to eat prey like birds, snake, frog, and mouse. So, there are no trees in the world. These animals will disappear. For these reasons, I think we have to protect trees. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Ellie. Do you know trees give us many benefits for our lives? Like trees block the winter wind, etc. I will tell you about what trees give us many benefits for our lives. First, trees give us shade. Trees give us shade and why this is good. First, trees block the sunshine, so sunshine. And second, trees give us many resources, so we can develop easily. If you look around, almost every furniture are made by woods. Because wood can get very easily for our lives. My opinion is trees are important. Do you know trees benefits? If you want to know trees benefits more, you can search for internet. Thank you for listening to our presentation.